Hello, and welcome to It's Not That Hard, a wicked good advice show where we rip butts, drink Bud Light, and give wicked helpful advice. We're coming to you live from our studio, aka my grandmother's house in lovely Watertown, Massachusetts.
Go Raiders!
Murph's fired up. I'm Lorenzo Bonacarbone, and with me, as always, is my spirited co-host and self-proclaimed future Mrs. Mac Wahlberg, Deirdre Murphy. Murph, how are ya?
I am wicked ticked as always, Bona. I was on the 71 heading down here, and that chick Taline I used to work with at Papagino's got on, and she was like, "What are you looking at?"
No, sir.
Yes, sir. And I was like, "What are you looking at?" And she was like, "What are you looking at?" And I was like, "I swear to God, Taline." And she was like, "You won't." And I was like, "You won't."
Frickin' Taline, dude.
I know. So naturally, I swung on her and a scuffle ensued, during which the pack of parliaments I just purchased were crushed.
Oh my God.
I was then kicked off the bus and had to walk here all the way from the Mount Auburn Cemetery.
Murph, that sounds awful. Are you gonna be able to do the show?
Darlene's not raining on my parade.
Atta girl. Well, we're ready to take some calls. First caller, what is your question?
Hello, my name is Charles from Ohio, and I'm looking to invest a percentage of my net income. What's the best way to determine proper asset allocation?
Huh?
Charlie, are you kidding me, guy? It's not that hard.
It's really not.
I'm not sure what your debt to credit ratio is, but first things first, you're gonna wanna pay down your credit cards. And I'll tell you right now, if you're paying above a 9% APR, they're taking you to the cleaners. Then you're gonna wanna squirrel away savings approximating 8 times your monthly personal budget.
Chuck, might I suggest the Vanguard Target Date series as a foundation for your portfolio? It's got built-in diversification, and the glide path will scale back your equity exposure over time.
Wow. Have you guys ever thought about having a show on MSNBC instead of, in a garage?
You're asking would I rather wear makeup and eat gross New York pizza or sit on this wicked sweet couch with Boner and order steak bombs from Andrea's? Let me ponder.
Chuck, it's really not that hard. I need New York like I need another DUI. We'll stay right here, thank you very much.
Seriously. Okay, before we take the next call, I'd like to announce our second annual fart contest will be held this Thursday at our buddy Greek George's house over there on Walnut Street. You can sign up on the It's Not That Hard website. Okay, next caller. Hello, what's your question?
Hi, my name is Kirsten from West Hollywood. I just broke up with a guy I've been dating for 3 years because he cheated on me. Everybody said I was wasting my time, but I wouldn't listen. Is there any way to get that time back?
Sweetheart, it sounds like what you're talking about is time travel, which theoretically speaking is not that hard.
It's not that hard.
Einstein's theories of both special and general relativity allow for it through time dilation, provided of course that an object or subject in your case is traveling in a vacuum at 186,282 miles per second.
Otherwise known as the speed of light. Unfortunately, the centrifugal force required in such a scenario would rip you apart like a Thanksgiving turkey. So, hun, let me posit the following. Time is an illusion. The only thing that truly exists is the interpretation by our cognizance of the eternal present. So, live in the moment. Enjoy your life. Go down the Cape.
Absolutely. And also, though, tell that chucklehead to shove a Thanksgiving turkey up his ass. Who does he think he is? Mark Wahlberg?
Murph, calm down.
You guys literally saved my life.
I think you mean figuratively, hun, but thanks for calling.
Before we take the next call, we're going to take a question from the internet. At Larry Bird Forever, nice, asks, where did you get your PhDs? Oh boy.
We did not go to college.
Well, we did briefly attend Mass Bay Community.
1 semester.
Oh. Before we move on, I'd like to acknowledge that It's Not That Hard is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, unofficially.
But it could be official, donkeys! Make the call, do the right thing. You do not want Krispy Kreme sneaking in here.
How many cups have you had?
5.
Oh, okay. So we have time for one more call. Hello, what's your question?
Hello, this is, Barry from Washington, D.C.
You sound wicked familiar.
Okay, this is President Barack Obama.
Oh, wow. Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Good afternoon. I'm calling because Senator Elizabeth Warren recommended I should. She's a big fan of your show.
Oh my God, I'm gonna poop my pants.
She's a national treasure. How can we help, Mr. President?
I met with all my top advisors, and we just don't know what to do about the unemployment rate. It's still too darn high. Do you have any suggestions?
Mr. President, all we can really tell you is it's not that hard.
It's really not that hard, sir.
Unemployment rates can be cyclical and therefore responsive to stimulus measures, but they also are structural, requiring process reforms and reallocation of workers among industries and geographies.
You might want to implement contemporaneous progress on all fronts, from job retraining to social safety nets and private sector competitiveness.
Might I suggest incentivizing new graduates in the science and technology fields by awarding them a $50,000 federal tax credit applied up to $10,000 per year for the first 5 years. It's not that hard.
It's really not that hard.
Wow, that's incredibly insightful and extremely sound advice. In fact, how would you two like to join my staff as special advisors?
Wow, Mr. President, that sounds wicked nice. But we could not live in a city that's never won a World Series.
No, sir, you did not just trash talk the president. That is sick.
Ouch. Well, keep up the good work, and God bless America.
God bless you too, President Obama, and God bless the Boston Red Sox.
And Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, jeez. And Mark Wahlberg, of course. Well, that's it for this episode of It's Not That Hard.
Join us next week when we give more wicked good advice.
And we're joined by the UMass Amherst cheerleaders for our 3rd annual Clam Chowder Wet T-shirt contest. So, my grandmother's still planning on suing me.
Oh, God.